It was the end of the day. DS Joseph Easter sat at Nikki's desk, gazing proudly at 3 neat piles of reports, congratulating himself on managing to catch up with what had been a pretty daunting backlog of paperwork. He couldn't wait to be back in his own little cupboard of an office in the main CID room, with DI Nikki Galena once more reigning supreme from this one. Thank heavens the Superintendent, Cameron Walker, would be back from leave next week, and things could finally return to normal. Still, he wasn't complaining. With Nikki agreeing to step up and accept the post of acting superintendent while he covered her duties as an acting DI, they had managed to save their personal relationship from becoming front-page news, which would have resulted in the team splitting up and the 2 of them moving to different areas. A new superintendent would have spotted their relationship straight away and caused all manner of problems for them, whereas, by holding the fort until Cam's return, their secret stayed safe. Cam was not only their super, he was also their friend. It was him who had suggested this expedient after his wife Kay had to undergo heart surgery, and he needed to take several months off to look after her. Joseph closed the file he had been working on and stretched. Maybe he'd take Nikki a cup of coffee and find out what time she'd be finishing. He was planning a special dinner tonight and didn't want to find she was working late. He walked up the stairs with a smile on his face. Nikki was a woman of action, not an administrator, and she had dreaded the prospect of filling Cam's shoes during his absence. Even the thought of directing operations from behind a desk had her practically climbing the walls. Now, more than 2 months down the line, she was bossing it. Not only had she soon learned what was expected of her, she had also made it a kind of Galena-style superintendence, whereby she could oversee operations, get all the relevant reports to whatever bit of gold Braid had requested them, and also giving herself time for her precious team. He knocked, shouldered the door open, and carried in the 2 beakers of coffee. She gave him a smile of welcome. "Joseph, just the person. I've been going over these statistics." She pointed to her monitor screen. "And... oh, sorry, shall I come back when Acting Superintendent Galena's here? Only you mentioned statistics, and I happen to know she doesn't do statistics." She threw him a withering look. "Very amusing. Acting DI smartass. Now listen, first off, as Cam's been so damned good to us, no way am I having him coming back to a shambles, even if that does mean me tackling poxy statistics. And secondly..." Her eyes went back to the screen. "A couple of things here are actually rather worrying."